London was never built. Where Big Ben should rise, only a ridge of glacier stands. The clock face never existed. Tokyo, Berlin, Moscow, names that were never written, cities that never rose, just ice where they should have been. Where your bedroom window would have looked out, only frozen ground, and walking past it, a woolly mammoth, master of an empty world. Welcome to the timeline where the ice never melted, and humanity never came. 12,000 years ago, on our Earth, the planet thawed, forests returned, civilization began. It was not a slow thaw, it was sudden, a catastrophic collapse of a frozen world that had ruled for 100,000 years. Lake Agassiz, the largest lake North America had ever seen, drained into the Atlantic in one event. It cracked the ice open. The world warmed in centuries, some say in decades. The grip was over. And almost immediately, every civilization in history began to rise. Pyramids, cities, empires. Now imagine the alternate. The thaw never happens. The ice does not retreat. Earth stays frozen. The northern hemisphere remains buried under glaciers 2 miles thick, almost down to the equator. The ice still covers Canada, Scandinavia, all of Russia, the British Isles. The Arctic is not a region, it is a continent. Sea levels remain 300 feet lower. Every coastline you know, gone, stretched far out into seabeds that never flooded. There is no Bering Strait. Beringia, an entire frozen subcontinent, connects Asia to North America, and nothing crosses it. Britain is not an island. Doggerland connects it to mainland Europe, but Europe itself is half buried. Indonesia is one landmass, Sundaland, walkable, empty, cold even at the equator. And the giants we lost, they never died. Woolly mammoths still walk what would have been Russia, tens of millions of them, apex grazers of an unending steppe. Saber-toothed cats still hunt across the tundra, faster, larger, and far more numerous than any predator we know today. Ground sloths the size of elephants still wander what would have been South America. They live for 100 years. Nothing kills them. Cave bears still rule European caves. Cave lions still hunt them. Earth is a planet of monsters. Dire wolves still cross the snow in packs of 40. They are the size of small bears. They run down anything that moves. And the thinking apes that did emerge, they are not us. Smaller, wilder, just one more prey species in a world of giants. Civilization, as we built it, is impossible here. There is no foothold. The Fertile Crescent, where farming began, was only fertile because the ice retreated. In the frozen timeline, that warm pocket never opens. Without that warm crescent, there is no agriculture, no villages, no grain stores, no first cities, nothing to build on. The Sahara is not a desert, it is a frozen tundra, swept by wind that has not stopped for 100,000 years. The Amazon is not a rainforest, it is a half-frozen woodland of conifers and ice. Whatever humans appear, and they may not appear at all, stay tiny, scattered, hunters at the bare edge of survival. No cities, no nations, no writing, no kings, no gods we would recognize. If a thinking species clings on, the total population stays under 50 million, forever. We never escape. There is no Egypt, there is no Mesopotamia, there is no Rome. No Greece, no China, no India, no civilization the world ever heard of. North America is empty, the continent is frozen end to end. Even Beringia leads to nothing warm. Some scattered groups still find Australia, by boat. The drive to wander does not need a civilization. There is no agriculture. Wheat is never planted. Rice is never harvested. Corn never exists. No domesticated animals, no cows, no sheep, no chickens. Not even dogs. Dogs came from wolves who learned to follow human camps when the ice retreated. In the frozen timeline, wolves stay wild, forever. No industrial revolution, no internet, no moon landing, no phones, no screens, no you. What lives here is something else. A few hunters in furs, always one bad winter from being erased. And the mammoth shapes them. Whatever survives in this world survives because the mammoth allows it. Here is the haunting part. We almost stayed in this world, we almost never left. The Ice Age has ended 17 times in the last 2.5 million years. Most of those thaws were small, brief, reversible. Ours was the largest, fastest, most complete melt that has ever happened on Earth. Some scientists believe it was triggered by a single event, a comet impact, 12,800 years ago. Others believe it was a feedback loop in the Atlantic conveyor, something that flipped the planet from frozen to thawed in a single human lifetime. Without that one event, that single accident of physics, Earth would still be a frozen planet, walked by giants, owned by no one. So tonight, when you turn up the heat in a building that should not exist, on a planet that should still be frozen, remember, you are not a child of the Ice Age, you are a fluke of the thaw.